All right, folks, how you doing? I got 18 January, a little bit past noon, 2022. I hope everybody's had a good, productive day, or having a good, productive day. Okay, and thanks for watching this video. All right, so I want to get into this guy. His name Michael Todd, pastor out there in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I saw this article yesterday, but I wanted to analyze it further, maybe look at a couple other podcasts or whatever, and I'll make my analysis today, okay? And I don't know, I just find this just barely tolerable to talk about here, okay? And we'll just talk a little bit about Leviticus 12, and, you know, we'll keep it moving. All right, so Michael Todd, I guess this dude is like in his early 30s. So he's one of these, I don't know, these new wave pastors, or new age pastors, however you want to call it. Okay, one of these guys, you know, they like to get spiffed up in street gear, you know, the hoodie sweaters and, you know, the jeans and all that stuff. Okay, I guess that's they want to have a look that a lot of modern day, you know, kids relate to. A lot of these early millennials and a lot of people, I guess, you know, to try to appeal to people probably under 40, okay, particularly around the age group of 20 maybe to, I don't know, 30, maybe 18, something like that, okay, to apply to appeal to that particular group. But anyway, this guy has spat in his hands, okay, rubbed his hands and put it on a man's face, okay, his brother's face. Sorry about the camera. The camera keeps falling asleep, okay, on this, yeah, basically anointing him with his saliva, okay, and his hotness, okay, with his hocker, okay. And I'm gonna tell you, that is not the way to do that, okay, especially with this COVID thing. That's if it exists, but you also have the common cold out here, and you have the flu, okay, with these body fluids that could be transmittable to other people, so they could get sick. And if he's doing that, or if he's done it to his brother, there's no telling on how many other people he did that to behind closed doors. He's probably had to do this 100 other times before he ended up getting this incident ended up becoming noticed, and excuse me, and he's got blasted on social media for this, okay. Now the church, for what I understand, it is a lot of members at the church. I don't know how many, okay, but there's a lot of followers he had on social media, and the podcast of the incident that this was performed was live, okay. So I guess you know, maybe it was a restriction on how many people could, you know, go in the church and so forth. All right, I thought that would probably be over by now. But that's just, you know, the sign of the times where, you know, with the Zoom meetings and that type of thing, okay? It is what it is. But for the most part, and he knows this as a pastor, that this is not the way. You don't use body fluids, okay? Not this day and age, to anoint, okay? That's one of the things that are obsolete now. In the biblical days, and it does say this in the Leviticus 12, that body fluids, okay, unless that they're anointed, they used to use blood for anointing, the blood of the lamb, okay, but they don't do that anymore, particularly the blood of the lamb, okay, but you don't use blood. That may have been in the pagan days with sacrifice and all that, okay, but you don't use, this is the reason why you don't use blood for anointing in this day and age or whatever, all right, because, you know, it's just not clean. Okay, and the proper way to do that now is usually through like anointing oil and like olive oil, okay, where they can anoint your head or probably put a cross on your head and so forth. All right, so I just think a lot of these pastors, and I've done articles on pastors and all this other stuff, they use this or they do little things to see if people are going to comply. I saw another podcast about I believe it was in Africa, where the pastor was bathing these women, okay, in these little, like those big ice tubs there, okay, that you put sodas and all that stuff in, okay, one of those 10 ice tubs they were, bathing people in, okay. Now, if that's considered baptism, that is not the way, okay, to do that, okay. There's other means in which you can do that. You could baptize in a pool, all right, or maybe in a river, but that's not the way. And I think a lot of these pastors, they use these tactics, okay, to find an excuse to put their hands on women, to molest children. And I've done an article about that. There's a 70-something-year-old pastor that got 21 years or whatever for molesting children. Parents, do not leave your children with these pastors. I don't care if they are youth pastors, okay? That they need to be supervised, especially if it's like a one-on-one session, okay? There needs to be a parent or guardian available, all right? So that's the safety of your child as well as the pastor, okay? I mean, what if somebody says something about the pastor that's not true? So it covers both people, okay? And I'm not going to sit there and say young pastors, because a lot of these older pastors, a lot of them guys or whatever, they're pedophiles. I just told you that already. Pedophiles. Some of them are probably smashing 15, 20 women or whatever, got children, okay, illegitimate children with other women, all right. And I just think that there needs to be some type of accountability issue for these pastors that abuse their authorities, and some of these guys, even after that, okay, messing around with somebody's wife, and they still end up on the podium because they bring butts to the seat, okay? They bring butts to the seat and they bring money. But you wonder why that you have a lot of people that are leaving the church and so forth, okay? Let me tell you something. Yes, the word has to be preached, I believe, but you should try to learn the scriptures on your own, okay? Any way that you can, but particularly, the Bible scriptures, read them over and over again. Don't put too much trust in these pastors or whatever. A lot of these guys, you know what I'm saying, they're appointed pulpit pimps, okay? Or thugs, okay? Appointed, all right, smooth talkers, okay? Smooth dressing, city slicker guys or whatever, just to bring money to the church, okay? Believe in the Most High, all right? And for you guys that choose to do that, you should. But if you haven't, okay, believe in the Most High and believe in Yahshua and study Yahshua's teaching. So that's Jesus in the Roman terms, okay? Believe in the two, all right? Then you can trickle down, as far as in help and all that other stuff, all right? Don't put too much trust in these men, okay? That is idolizing, actually, okay? So remember that Leviticus 12, okay? That stuff like this is really prohibited. He knows he's not supposed to do stuff like that, okay? The right way, get yourself some olive oil and anoint, okay? You don't need to do anything more. Anoint the head, and that's it, okay? Treat the church like a professional environment, okay? 501c3 churches, all right? So be nice to the people, talk to people with different dignity, respect. Men, don't do no woman shopping, and women, don't do no men shopping. That is not a place to spend too much time discussing your business and all this stuff. It's a place of divine, place of learning, a place of worship. Remember that. Okay? Guys, keep your eyes and hands off the women. All right, I'm done talking, okay? I don't want to talk about this any further, all right, because it's making me sick. But let me know what you think about this video here, and leave your comments and thoughts. And appreciate you listening. That's Cash App $Winston Spivey if you want to donate. All right, peace.